Hey guys!
We're here today to check out the latest from Swallow the Sun, Woven into Sorrow. They have a new album coming out. They've also announced a North American tour. And I mean really North American because there's some Canadian dates. I just don't know. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that will happen. It will be towards the end of the year. I haven't seen Swallow the Sun since that incredible tour with Children of Bodom and Wolfheart. Man, that was a fucking tour and a half. I miss those days. So anyways, new album, new video, new song. Man, we haven't done Swallow the Sun on this channel in a very, very long time. I don't even remember the last time we did some Swallow the Sun.
I can't remember either.
Oh, it's been over a year, I think, since we've done one of their videos. Anyways, are you ready for this new material?
Yeah.
Check it out? All right, let's do this. Let's go into it.
I stared into the eyes of turning to the one. And I became the one. The chain I drag behind the one. I won't give in.
Those harsh vocals were just fuck. Oh, yes.
I was waiting for them too.
My eyes were rolling backwards. Oh, I had my O face on. Oh, and I sank into the seat.
I was waiting for those harsh vocals, man. Because they were building up. They were building up for a portion of harsh vocals. Whenever the guitars got louder and everything, I thought that's when they were going to hit us with it. Didn't do it. Second time, I'm like, I know they're not going to hit us this time, you know.
I thought the first time I was with you. I thought the first time when the guitars got heavier,
they were going to hit us with some harsh vocals.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. And then they didn't. I was like,
and then the second time they did it, I'm like, I'm
the
not going to be
second time
fooled this time.
Exactly.
Like,
fooled once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Exactly. That line. And
fool me 3 times. If you fool me once, you can't fool me again.
Exactly.
All right. W. Okay, go ahead.
But then when it stopped, I'm like, okay, this second portion of the song, because this is where it breaks now. This second portion of the song has to have some harsh vocals.
I know, but then it hit you a third time, because then there's a third time when it gets really heavy, and still the clean vocals come in, and I was like, the thing is, I thought this was going to be it.
Yeah, but for me, I knew it was not going to happen with that build-up there. Since it was hitting you so many times without it.
I know, but the first 2 build-ups were different than the third one. The third one had a little bit more substance.
A bit more to it,
and that's when I thought it was going to hit me, but it didn't.
But then when it broke, I'm like, okay, this second portion needs to have some harsh vocals, because you've been playing with me a little bit too much. I need some harsh vocals here.
To complement the song better, like if it was just clean vocals all the way through, this would be a really hard song to navigate. Like the melancholy of it would become so overbearing throughout the whole...
It's a long song.
Because it's a long song throughout the whole extension of the song. By the end of it, you're already looking for razor blades or a rope for you to hang yourself, because it's just so draining, the song. If it was clean vocals all the way through, it needed something.
The harsh vocals really add so much to the song. It really freshens it up, in my opinion.
Yeah, you know, at the end of the day, you could enjoy watching the bukkake all you want, but you're always looking forward to that, you know, to that money shot at the end, because that's when it all comes together.
Yeah,
everything builds up to that money shot.
The money shot.
And the money shot, when it comes to Swallow the Sun, is those harsh vocals hitting you really hard. And I like the fact, I'm with you, I like the fact that they threw a couple of curveballs at you. It's like, oh, we're going to give it to you now. Oh, no, we're not going to do it now. We're not going to do it now. And then, okay, now we're going to change how we're going to increase the volume and the heaviness of the song so that you think it's coming now. No, it's still not coming now.
Yeah.
It's still not coming. And then most people are like, well, I guess now it's not coming at all. It's just going to be it's just not going to be there.
I feel like a lot of people, when it broke up into the second part of the song, everyone was expecting some harsh vocals.
At that specific, but up until that moment, because they fooled me 3 times. Well, they didn't fool me 3 times, but they did that thing 3 times.
And I thought it was never coming.
And then at the third one, because the volume got so much bigger and still it didn't happen, I was starting to think, oh, okay, maybe they're just going to go super melancholic all the way through, which, like I said, it would have been a very hard song to digest for a listener to go through it and just like come out of it feeling like, oh, I'm ready for another track. No, after this, I kind of feel like I need to gather I need to speak to my shrink.
Yeah.
After if the song had all clean vocals all the way through, that melancholy would have been so dense, so hard for you to cut through. I'm serious. I think this, not to say that the song wouldn't have been good, but it would have been one of those songs that hopefully comes at the end of the record, because afterwards, I need some time. I wouldn't have the energy to go back again into another track that perhaps gives me the same kind of emotion. It would have been just really difficult for a listener to kind of go through that kind of drive, that kind of emotion packed song that it just feels like it's draining you completely. So when the song stopped, now I'm with you. The moment that it has that little break there, okay, I was like, okay, now this is going to be it. Fuck, they're not going to do this 4 times. So this is going to be it. And it was. And it was perfect.
It was.
It was perfect because it hit you hard. You got to hear the yin and the yang, because for the whole track, you heard the clean vocals singing the chorus, and it was so melancholic. And then for that part there, you hear it, but with the harsh vocals, and it sounds so aggressive, so intensive. All this built-up anger finally coming to the outside, and you're just like fucking laying it all out. You know what I mean? Like, I absolutely loved it. I loved it. I love that crescendo that it had. And I love the fact that it wasn't at the end of the song either. It was not at the middle, but it was not at the end either. So it happens, and then it goes back to that melancholy that we saw in the beginning. It just has this like peak almost in the middle. The song is very, very flat in terms of how it brings you down. It has that peak, not in the middle, but towards the last third, I would say. And then it goes back again down, and it simmers, and it goes all the way to the end. Really interesting way. I just, man, those harsh vocals, when they hit, they hit.
They hit, yeah.
But a heavy song, not necessarily musically heavy, but fucking emotionally heavy.
Very emotionally heavy.
Fuck, it's draining. You listen to it. It's beautiful. You're listening to it. You're vibing to it.
But
you're
after
enjoying.
this, I need to relax a bit, you know.
Yeah, the harsh vocals kind of broke up the song a little bit.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel as
Too bad.
it doesn't feel too much to as it's not as overbearing.
Yeah.
But
It's still very emotionally heavy.
yeah, it's draining from that perspective, because when the clean vocals have this ability to just, I don't know, it makes you feel like you're in the song somehow. It's just Swallow the Sun has this really interesting way of creating music that takes you to a place that perhaps feels uncomfortable at first glance, but then once you're there, you kind of don't want to leave. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I saw them live during that tour with Children of Bodom and Wolfheart, and the other two bands have a lot of energy. Oh, especially Children of Bodom, tons of energy. Then you have Wolfheart that has energy, but it's more volume kind of energy, the heaviness, volume kind of energy. These guys was like, put the lights down. Let's all just kind of fucking sit here and think about our lives and what we have done so far with it.
Yeah.
We've been wasting our lives away.
That's
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's not like all the good things about life.
No!
It's all the bad shit you've done in
it was
your
like,
life.
you know, I'm 43 years old, and half of those years was spent doing absolute shit. I have nothing to show for. I'm a waste of oxygen. That's kind of like how I felt. But you know what? I'm not alone.
Because everyone around
Everyone around me perhaps feels exactly the same way.
or even a little bit worse.
Or perhaps even a
And
little bit
that's
worse.
what also makes you a little bit happy.
Yeah. So that's kind of, it was such a weird vibe. So, but it's such a cathartic moment to be in a Swallow the Sun show, because you really feel that you're not alone in that sense of emptiness, that sense of loss, that sense of not belonging, or maybe I haven't done enough to even deserve to be here versus somebody else who's passed away that perhaps had more to give to the rest of the world. So they have this really interesting way of creating songs that make you go into those dark corners of your mind, but at the same time, normally you don't want to be in those dark corners of your mind. You want to stay away from them as much as possible. But when you listen to Swallow the Sun, it almost feels comforting.
It feels okay to open up.
It feels okay not to be okay.
Yeah.
If that makes sense to you. It feels okay to not be okay and to talk about it. And
Like
I think
I said, to open up.
and I think they exercise those demons through their music, but at the same time, their music allows other people to exercise their own demons while listening to their music. Like, it's just incredible. These guys are incredible. They're at a different level. They really are. They're at a different level. And live, like I said, with the lights down and, you know, not a lot of things happening. They're very stoic on stage, and you're just there and you're just taking it all in, and you know, it's a magnificent experience. They're definitely one of those bands that you don't go to see a show to like go fucking buck wild. You just really go there for the atmosphere that the experience creates. So absolutely outstanding. Hopefully their North American tour goes on without a glitch, and even more so comes to Canada, because a lot of bands have been canceling the Canadian shows because of, you know, COVID restrictions and vaccinations and whatnot. So hopefully everything goes through. They come to Canada, and I would love to see these guys live. They're on a run. I believe, if I'm not mistaken here, I know for sure with Wild Run, which is an American band, and I think Abigail Williams, who we've seen live. We saw them on tour with Insiferum.
Yeah.
So with Abigail Williams on that same bill, I believe those are... I know Wild Run for sure is on that bill. Abigail Williams, I'm almost 100% sure they're also the other band on that bill. That's a great lineup, if you ask me. Wild Run, Abigail Williams, and then Swallow the Sun. So hopefully we'll get to see them during this North American tour.
Yeah.
On that note, guys, we'll see you at the next video. Take care of yourselves. And don't forget to pre-order or check out this album. I gotta find out. I think it comes out this month, so I gotta go check out what the date is. I can't miss this record.
No.
Fuck, there's so many albums coming out. It's really becoming hard to keep track with everything. I feel like every band waited for the end of the year to see if they could go on tour to release their albums.
Yeah.
And now there's a
Or
fucking
they could tour
bukkake of
the
releases.
new year.
Yeah, but now there's like it's a gangbang of fucking releases right now. Like, I can't keep track. Every Friday there's like 10 different releases.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's insane. Come on, guys. I'm only human.
Chillax.
Yeah, I'm only human. All right. On that note, we'll see you at the next video. Take
See
care.
ya.